Hey guys, so today I will be reviewing the mobile game Nightfall AR. Nightfall AR is an augmented reality game based on the History Channel show Nightfall. It's actually the second mobile game based off of the show Nightfall, the first game being the collectible card game Nightfall Rivals. The object of the game is to defend your castle against advancing enemies on an augmented reality map. You have arrows and a catapult as your weapons, and you point to points on the map where you want them to be fired. With the augmented reality technology, it lets you play the game literally in your own home. I have to admit it's kind of gimmicky, but it is pretty fun and certainly a cool feature of the smartphone technology to try out. The app has gone through 2 major updates since its initial release in 2018, and each update has been a huge improvement. It actually wasn't until the most recent update in June of 2019 that I considered doing a review for this game. I certainly hope for more updates in the future if we're lucky enough. With the most recent update, there are now 2 gameplay modes, a single player mode and a multiplayer mode, as well as a photo mode, which is pretty cool to play around with. The single player mode can provide for some nice mindless fun, despite being a bit linear and repetitive. You defend your castle against advancing enemies on an AR map. You also accumulate resources which you can use to upgrade your weapons and defenses. Visually, this game is amazing, and I think the use of the AR technology is done pretty well. Just look at how intense this battle looks. Notice how you can even see the birds fly around. That's great attention to detail. The single player mode does have its downsides. While it can be fun for a while, it can get repetitive pretty quickly as there isn't too much variety in this gameplay mode, although that's a bit expected for AR games like this. I do believe the single player mode would have greatly benefited from a wider variety of maps. Also, the overall difficulty of this game is not too high, and it can be beat without much of a challenge. I do wish there was a difficulty setting to make the game more challenging. Lastly, I was a bit disappointed with the way the single player campaign ended. I won't spoil it, but it felt a bit lazy on the developer's part. The multiplayer action, whenever it works, can also provide for some quick, easy fun. The ultimate goal of the game is to take down your enemy's castle and steal their grail. You accomplish this by hurling rocks from your slingshot. You can also collect more powerful rocks during the game to do even more damage to your opponent. You also create different types of friendly units to aid you in battle. Part of the challenge of this game is knowing where to direct your fire and when to deploy any given type of friendly unit. Unfortunately, the biggest downside of this mode, from my own personal experience, was the great difficulty connecting both players to a single game. I was trying to play with my wife, and I had a lot of trouble connecting for multiplayer. It was very frustrating, to be honest. I believe the developers probably could have done a much better job of this. There's also a practice mode where you can practice against the AI, but the gameplay isn't as fun as playing against a real person. I also do think a co-op mode would have been a cool inclusion for multiplayer. The game also added a photo mode where you can include 3D images of Nightfall characters in your own photos. It's actually kind of neat. The character models look top-notch. Here's a shot of a Templar with my wife and baby daughter. I've managed to take some cool and funny photos with it. It's definitely made for some laughs. In conclusion, Nightfall AR is a great example of what AR technology is capable of. I really love AR games myself, and I think Nightfall AR is a really great indication of what the future of AR gaming can be like. My favorite elements of this game are the pretty solid use of this technology in combination with its excellent graphics. My least favorite elements of this game are its lack of variety and trouble with the multiplayer mode connection. Overall, this is a pretty cool game to try out, and can provide for some quick, easy fun. My final verdict on Nightfall AR is a 4 stars out of 5.